Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you something that I haven't done on my channel yet. If you guys aren't aware, I am a custom content creator. I create for the Sims resource and I love doing it. I do it every single month. It is my pride and joy. It's amazing. So I kind of just wanted to teach some new people how to create content because there isn't enough videos out there. Now, the first thing you need to do is go ahead and download the Sims 4 Studio. If you don't have that yet, you need it. For me, it's the best thing that works. I don't even know if there is any alternatives, but this video is going to be a dive into how the Sims 4 Studio works. Now, once you've got this application, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and enter a creator name. This can be absolutely anything. It doesn't really matter because no one can see it, but I recommend doing the name that you're going to release this custom content under. Now, as you can see, there are tons of buttons. I wouldn't say anything on this side really matters. I don't think I have ever used any of this, but what we're really looking at is all of these buttons over here. Now, this really depends on what custom content you're planning to create. You could do build, you can do objects, or you can do CAS. For this video, I'm going to go ahead and do CAS. If you're looking for anything else, unfortunately, this video might not help you. It still might, but don't hold me on that. Now we have a few buttons under CAS, a lot of them just stand for their self. If you want to edit somebody else's creator sim item and just add a swatch, you can click this one. But for today, we're going to create a brand new 3D mesh. And then once you've selected that, you go ahead and click create a sim. And wow, a lot shows up. It can get confusing. But luckily we have some filters at the top, and me myself am a hairstyle creator. So I'm just going to go ahead and select hair. And then it kind of just cuts everything else off so I can focus on what I want to create. Now I do already have a preset that just pretty much carries over all of the old settings, but for this video I'm going to go ahead and create a brand new one. Now if you were creating a brand new hairstyle, you would go ahead and just pick the hair that looks closest to what you want to make and then change it to your liking. But for today's video, we're just working inside of the Sims 4 Studio. So the most important thing you have to do is make sure the hairstyle you're using as your base is from base game. Otherwise, it will require a pack to use. You do not want that. You want it to be base game. So whatever hairstyle you end up picking, you go to the first swatch, hold shift and click on it, and it just selects every single swatch. Then we go down here and click the little next button, and we just pretty much save it for what we want it to be called. I've gone ahead and called it Aroma Hairstyle 86. Putting a number on the end just helps sort them, so you can see your earlier creations and then your newest creations at the bottom. And then once we've saved that, you will see this. It looks very confusing, but I assure you every button makes so much sense and it's really not that hard to get used to. Now the first thing we're going to do when we get to here is go ahead and click meshes and import our mesh. This is assuming you have already made a mesh. If you haven't, I can make another video on that, do not worry, but this video today is just about working Sims 4 Studio. And just like that, our mesh is imported, our hairstyle is here, but you may realize it looks a tiny bit off. Now this is because it's using the texture from the base hairstyle we use. To get the original texture, what you will want to do is go back to the hair you selected, the one that you edited, and click Shift Control C and type studio.export all. And just like that, you can click OK. Make sure you are doing this on the hairstyle that you edited, not this one that we're in right now. Once you've done that, you should get a folder like this, which just gives you all of the textures of the original hair. Now to import them, you simply click Import and click on the folder, then click the swatch that you have selected. To select a different swatch, you just go to the number and click on it and do the same process. I don't believe there is any easier way to do this. Every single person who works with this app wishes that there was, but there just simply isn't. The most common mistake a new creator can make is importing a texture onto the wrong swatch. Please make sure you are selecting the right textures onto the right swatches. Because if you don't, when you're in game and you click on a color, it won't select the right color that you're looking for, and that is a very big issue. And there we go, we have every single swatch now colored and textured correctly, so let's move on to the next steps. The next button is shadow. I myself don't really like how shadows look in this game, so I simply just remove it. You can look into how to create your own shadow, but I don't really like the look of shadows at all. To remove it, you simply click make blank. Now, if you haven't made your own custom shadow, you have to remove it or it will use the shadow from the base hair and it's gonna just end up looking a little bit weird. Now, specular is just the shine of the hair. Once again, I absolutely hate the shine in these games, so I just make that blank as well, but you can make your own. And then down to normal, you want to go ahead and import the normal from the other hairstyle like you've been doing with the textures. And just like that, that is all of the texturing done. Now we can move on to categories. Now, categories may be a little bit confusing, but most of the time everything is already done for you. You just have to change a few little things up. So the first thing I would say do is go ahead and select the color of every single swatch individually. Do not click apply all swatches or you will get the black color swatch on the blue hairstyle. If you're struggling a little bit, blondes can go in yellow and this color right here can go in purple. And once you've done that, go back to the first swatch and we'll move downwards. So this one should already be done for you. You do not want to click child or toddler. That will mess up the hairstyle. This hairstyle is only for adults. You can choose to do feminine and masculine. The only downside here is masculine hairstyles won't show up with a creator sim thumbnail. And to me, that just looks a little bit messy, so I stick to feminine. For this one, you can select alien, but unfortunately do not select werewolf because for me, it messes up my hairstyles every single time. For outfit type, I just go ahead and select everything. There's nothing worse than trying to find a hairstyle, but it not showing up because these settings aren't done right. Color palette, I just completely leave alone, and same with fabric. For archetype, you just really want to look at the hair and think, would this work on a dark-skinned woman or an Asian woman? For me, I think this hairstyle would fit absolutely everyone, so I'm going to go ahead and take all of them, but make sure you do this right. Hair length is short, it's not an updo. Updo is when the hair is tied up. This hair is down, it's just really short. And hair type, we once again click short and we also select wavy because the hair is pretty wavy. Hair color down here should already be done for you, so once again you can just leave that alone. And then we're to hair texture, which once again this hair texture is wavy. And make sure you are clicking apply all swatches to everything apart from the ones I told you not to. And this one is, to me, the most important one because with this one, you can choose if randomly generated sims have this custom content or not. I always pick no because we all know that randomly generated sims always look a mess. I in fact tick no for all of them just so my hairstyles can't show up in the male category because once again, it's too messy for me. And there we go, we are done with all of our categories. I think we are now ready to head into game. So we want to go ahead and click save and then move this package into our mods folder. And as you can see here, our hairstyle is now in game. I would recommend absolutely removing all of your hairstyles for the time being, just so it's easier to find. And I absolutely love this hairstyle. I actually created something good. Now that we know that's all working, if you are having any problems with this whatsoever, go ahead and comment down below. I will answer all of the comments. I will help you guys out. The next step is to create a thumbnail for our look. If you're posting it on the Sims resource or somewhere else, you have to have an image to promote the creation. A game changer for thumbnails is cast poses. I 100% recommend these. These will make your thumbnails look 10 times better. To get more downloads, the best thing to do is create a preview image that shows the front and back angle. Trust me, people like it more and you will get more people downloading. And once we've taken our screenshots, we can go ahead and head into Photoshop. This is the thumbnail I've created. You will need Photoshop skills, so I recommend doing some research on that and learning how to use this app. However, I have made quite a few thumbnails for The Sims, so I can give you some pretty good tips. This is what my old thumbnails used to look like, and I asked for some tips to improve them, and I'm going to share with you guys the tips I was given because they really helped out with downloads. The first thing is the title and information. I was told that my title was way too big and there wasn't enough preview image, so I made that a little bit smaller and I gave more space to show off the hairstyle. I was also told to make my front and back previews more visible, which once again I did do. And I was also told that my color was too bland and there wasn't enough popping out, so I picked a more vibrant color that more screams at you. So my 3 tips for your previews is make sure you include the title and information, but keep it small, don't let it take too much up off the screen. My second one is make sure you do front and back previews. It's what everybody is looking for. And my last one is choose colors that pop out. Make people see it from a distance. clouds. And to throw another one in, make sure you're using the sharpen tool on her face. Look how bland her face looks here. It's really blurry, you can't really see much, nothing is popping out. And then on this one, it's screaming at you. You can see exactly what she looks like and everything is standing out. So now that our preview is done, you also want to go ahead and create a creator sim preview. It's the exact same. I just used the same screenshot, just a little bit smaller so we can put it into creator sim. Now in creator sim, you don't want any info, you don't want a back preview, you just want to be able to see the hair because this is what will show up when you're choosing your hairstyle in game. Now once we have our thumbnails made, we go back to the Sims 4 Studio, click Tools, click Modding, and then Catalog Thumbnail Overlay. You want to then find your Creator Sim thumbnail, not your preview. You need to make sure this is the Creator Sim thumbnail. You select it, and just like that, we have our cast thumbnail now in the hairstyle. Now when we go into game, you will see this little preview image, and it will look amazing. And I believe we're finally onto our last step, which is level of detail. Level of detail basically just means that the further you are away, the less detail shows. This helps with frames, it helps with file size. If you do not do this, one, your creation will be rejected from the Sims resource, and it's just gonna make your game way laggier. Once again, I'm assuming you've already created your level of detail. If you do not know how to, comment below and I will make a video on how to do all of the meshing, all of the level of detail, everything outside of Sims 4 Studio. But if you do know how to create them, go ahead and click this little down arrow, click LOD1, and we can start there. LOD1 means a little bit far away, but not too far, so you want this to still have some detail, just a little bit less than LOD0. And you know you've done it right by looking at the polygons count. If the polygon count is higher on LOD1 than it is on LOD0, you've done it completely wrong. The lower we get down this list, the less the poly count needs to be. And just like that, we've got 7,000, 6,000, 4,000, and 3,000, and all of them are still showing the same hairstyle mesh. And that is your basic guide on the Sims 4 Studio. That is everything you need to know about adding a mesh you have created into your Sims 4 game. And there we go, we have the hairstyle all uploaded to the Sims resource. It will be published on March 27th, 2024 for you guys to go ahead and download. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been amazing. I really hope I helped some people out. And if there are still things you're needing help with, please just comment them down below. If you are looking for a really quick and easy way to learn how to mesh, I do already have a speed meshing video on my channel. It's not a tutorial, it's just a speed mesh. But you can kind of pick up some things. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed and I really hope I helped you. And I will always do more of these. So please subscribe, come back for more, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.